Yeah. As the sun sets on the nation's capital, we gather here once again, this time marking 27 years of the Chinese Communist regime's persecution of Falun Gong. Falun Gong is a traditional spiritual practice with gentle meditation exercises. Its moral philosophy teaches people to live by the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. Falun Gong became very popular in China in the 90s due to its health benefits. Moreover, the practice allowed Chinese to reconnect with their spiritual heritage, which was almost lost under communist rule. Within 7 years of it being made public, upwards of 100 million people had taken up the practice. However, in July 1999, the Chinese Communist Party began a ruthless persecution against Falun Gong followers. Overnight, the Chinese regime targeted Falun Gong as the enemy of the state, persecuting and killing young and old alike. Suddenly, millions of innocent people face brutal persecution from a modern-day Gestapo. The Chinese regime seeks to eradicate people's belief in God and replace it with unwavering loyalty to the Communist Party. From one day to the next, Falun Gong practitioners became the largest group of prisoners of conscience in China. The persecution continues to this day. Falun Gong followers are thrown in jails, labor camps, mental hospitals, and brainwashing centers. And not long after the persecution began, Chinese military hospitals expanded organ transplant programs around the country and advertised the short wait times for organ transplants around the world. Untold thousands and possibly millions of Falun Gong followers have been killed for their organs. It's become a multi-billion-dollar state-sanctioned industry in China. In the course of 27 years of persecution, we have received so much support from the U.S. government at the federal, state, and local levels. The House of Representatives unanimously passed the Falun Gong Protection Act. Its goal is to end forced organ harvesting of Falun Gong in China, which continues to this day. And now, in the U.S. Senate, we are working tirelessly to rally support for the Falun Gong and Victims of Forced Organ Harvesting Protection Act, and ultimately to get it signed into law. Support for the bill has been ramping up in the Senate in recent weeks. We make no distinction on political parties and only look at people's hearts, whether they're Democrat, Republican, or Independent. Every single person deserves the opportunity to make their stand against this brutal persecution. For the past 20 years, the classical Chinese dance and music company Shen Yun Performing Arts has been telling the real story of Falun Gong at sold-out stages around the world. Its popularity has been growing exponentially. It's been the largest target of increased persecution here in the United States. Bomb threats and death threats have been made against Shen Yun and its artists, and the Chinese regime is taking unprecedented action to bring the persecution in China here to the United States. But we will continue to stand our ground with kindness in our hearts. For 27 years, our faith and perseverance have endured. We have peacefully shed light on the persecution without wavering for a single moment. The wind and rain, the cold of winter, and the heat of summer have never stopped us from taking a stand against this unprecedented persecution. With compassion for the abusers, we make phone calls to the dark dens where our people are tortured and killed, and give even the worst of evildoers a chance to choose a brighter future. We may never know how many millions have been killed in the persecution. Although they have left this world, their spirits live on. And in fact, our efforts have not been in vain. People the world over have come to know what Falun Gong is and why the Chinese Communist Party wants to eradicate us. And while our numbers may not be large, our impact is immeasurable. We will never give up and never give in until our brethren in China can breathe the air of freedom. That day is sure to come. One day soon, the sun will set on this persecution for good.